Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 508. When offered a contract by a publisher, what do you do? Look at him. All right. The biggest thing, and first and foremost, you want to look for in a contract is who owns the intellectual property, who owns the IP, and look for terms like in perpetuity. So if you license your title and it says that they license it in perpetuity, then they have it forever. So in essence, you pretty much don't own your IP anymore. Never license anything in perpetuity. Now, if a paperback is being published in perpetuity, I put that in my contracts for the anthologies, just so newer authors have continuity in their titles, that they published a book and here it still is. But also in the contract, I mentioned that if any of the rules remaining regarding exclusivity change, then we'll redo the contract. So I don't want anybody's crap in perpetuity. All right, if licensing, who owns the derivative work? This is critical for movies, TV deals, lines of merchandise, anything like that. If you license your title and whoever you're licensing it to says they own all derivative works, here you've written a book, it's highly successful, and they make a movie of it, and you don't get 2 cents. Yeah, don't do that. Do not give them 100% control over derivative work. It may amount to nothing that you don't have any derivative works. However, do not take that risk, because this is just language in a contract, right? Oh, it doesn't mean anything. Well, it does. It doesn't until it does. How long is the license for? Make sure you have time terms. 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It might be 3 months, 6 months. And what exactly is being licensed? This is an important thing to look for, because you may not just be licensing this title. When you license it, check the contract language. Sometimes there's non-competition clauses that say you can't publish anything else for the term of, like, if you get a contract for 3 books and it's over 3 years, you may get some language in there that says, oh, by the way, you can't publish anything else during these 3 years, or right of first refusal. We get the right to refuse or buy this other book that you've written. And if that's the case, and you accept that, make sure there's a time limit on that. You have 1 month to review, because if they have right of first refusal and they're reviewing it for 3 years, now you just gave them 100% control over all of your works. Don't do that. What about your other works? And that's the thing. You do not compete or right of first refusal. Generally, it should be just for the title that you're selling to them or licensing to them, and leave it at that. Do not let them go after derivative works unless you get an equal cut to what you're accepting with the book. And then you look at what the payment terms are. What are how are they going to pay you? When are they going to pay you? And this, I'm a lawyer. I paid to put myself through law school. I passed. Life is good. And the word accrue got me in my trad pub contract, because I thought it was when due and payable. Okay, I understand what that means. No, I didn't. Due and payable means paid. It pretty much means paid. So a huge month, my biggest month ever with my trad books, August. Well, they pay quarterly. August, due and payable. I thought I would get paid December. I did not, because it wasn't due. Amazon didn't pay my publisher until October, and October was the final quarter. Final quarter monies accrued, didn't pay until the end of the next quarter. So my publisher had my money for 5 months before they paid me. That's just what I accepted in the contract, because accrue. I thought I understood what it means, and I didn't. Okay, audit. This is important because you need to know that the publisher is being honest with you, and they have to be willing to submit to audit terms or present sales numbers to you. This is an important element, because you got to be able to trust your publisher. Anytime they ask, or an author asks within reason, like once a month, hey, how many books did I sell this month? My publisher has been extremely kind and generous, and when I asked for data weekly, they were giving it to me weekly. Also, I pay for my own promotions with them, so they should do that. But they do. Here's all the stuff. I get a spreadsheet once a quarter with the sales, the holdback, and all this other stuff. So understand what you're owed and hold back. In my contract, there's an administrative fee that I pay them. So out of the profits, I get a percentage. Oh, that percentage is reduced because out of the profit, the first thing that comes out is this 10% admin fee. Oh, then there's a holdback as well to cover returns because we do paperbacks and paperbacks nationwide. Well, so all of that, I once had a bill at the end of a quarter instead of a check. And the bill was just a carryover to the next quarter because it sucked up all my my holdback money because of a massive return. All right, that's just how you do it. And always have a lawyer read through your potential contract. That'll save you a lot of grief and save you from thinking you understood what the terms were when you might not have. It'll cost you a little bit, but in the end, think about that movie that's made from your book where you get $0 and 0 cents. And there's your name. A movie based on your book. So you're just hoping you can sell books, and then you get your whatever small percentage of sales on those books paid whenever your contract says you're going to get paid. Sometimes it's yearly. So be very, very careful with contracts from publishers. I use that term loosely because a lot of people are publishing other people's books nowadays, me included. And you've got to work with a publisher who's not trying to make their business and pay for their Bentley off your work because you weren't attentive enough to those terms within the contract. Do not let the small print get you. All right, there you go. Not legal advice. The legal advice is get a lawyer. All the rest of the advice is be on the watch. What is that? A BOLO. Be on the lookout for. All right.